My beloved Creator, this morning that dawns before me, I come with a sincere and awakened heart to recognize the greatness of your gesture in allowing me to live another day. I do not get up by chance, nor by my own merit, but by an act of your mercy, which envelops me even before my eyes open completely. This new beginning that I receive is a blank page that you entrust to me, and I do not want to waste it. I want to fill it with attitudes that honor you, with words that convey goodness, and with thoughts that bring peace and wisdom to me and to those around me. Thank you for another chance. Thank you for not giving up on me, even when I hesitated, even when I was carried away by distractions or haste. This new day is a chance to adjust my course, to start over with greater awareness, to live with greater meaning. There's a purpose for me to be here, breathing, moving, feeling, perceiving. And this truth motivates me, inspires me, guides me. I don't want to simply get through this day. I want to live it with intention, with attention, with a present heart, ready to recognize your presence in every little detail. When I get out of bed and feel the solid ground beneath my feet, I remember that there is stability in you. When I see the light of day invading the space around me, I remember that clarity can also reach my mind and feelings. This is the day that you have given me, and so I choose to begin with gratitude, not in a hurry. I choose to open my eyes with hope, not with discouragement. I choose to live this time as a precious and unique opportunity that will never be repeated in the same way. May I not get lost in complaints or distracted by trivialities. May I constantly remember that being alive is, in itself, a calling to something greater. You know, my dear Father, I often demand so much of myself for great achievements that I forget the value of small decisions. But today, with this gift in hand that is the new day, I want to return to the essential. I want to choose good even in silent situations, those that no one sees. I want to say words that edify, even when it would be easier to remain silent. I want to reach out, even when the return seems uncertain. I want to carry within me the firm conviction that my existence has a purpose, even if I do not yet understand all the paths that await me. And if for a moment I waver or forget this truth, I ask that my memory be touched by this certainty. You woke me up because there is still something that only I can do, something that bears the seal of my identity, something that cannot be done by anyone else. Each beat of my heart is a confirmation that there is still something to be lived to the fullest. May my mind be aligned with this calling. May my body be strengthened to fulfill it. And may my spirit remain sensitive to your presence throughout the hours. Do not allow, my God of infinite goodness, that I confuse haste with purpose. May I know how to distinguish activity from productivity. May I not run from one place to another without direction, but may each step I take reflect the wisdom that comes from you. I am grateful for this opportunity to take a deep breath, to look around, to learn from new things, to grow from challenges, to connect with people, and above all, to grow closer to you. May this be a day of conscious choices. May I use my talents with responsibility and humility. May I value the simple moments and recognize your presence in each one of them. May I understand that living with purpose is not about waiting for great events, but rather finding meaning in each attitude, in each decision, in each reaction. Living with purpose is understanding that time is a gift, and that it is up to me to use it with wisdom, integrity, and faith. So, my eternal sustainer, as I arise this morning, I not only awaken from sleep, but also awaken to life, to the commitment to live in a way that is dignified, generous, and consistent with all that I receive from you. I thank you not only for waking up, but for being able to choose how to live this day. May I know how to honor this gift with truth, with intention, and with love. Father of tenderness and faithfulness, at the beginning of this day I turn my heart to you with reverence and truth. Awakening is not just the act of opening my eyes, but it is receiving from you the privilege of continuing. Each morning that arrives is not the result of chance, but a manifestation of your constant care. And when I realize that I am breathing, moving, feeling the new day touching my skin, I understand that there is another chance before me, a new time that is entrusted to me directly by your generous hands. I do not want to treat this gift with indifference, because I know that there is inestimable value in simply being here, consciously, facing life. As I feel that the day has dawned for me again, I recognize that you were with me even while the silence of the night enveloped me. It was you who watched over my rest, who kept me safe, who brought me here to see the light of the morning once more. And now, at this very moment when the world awakens around me, I realize that the greatest miracle is not in great things, but in this simple gesture of opening my eyes, feeling the rhythm of life within me, and knowing that I have been remembered. Yes, I have been remembered. You have granted me awakening not as an obligation, but as an expression of your goodness. At this moment, I do not want to ask for anything. I only wish to acknowledge, with depth and sincerity, that this new beginning came from you. It was not me who conquered this day. It was not my merits that brought me here. It was your hand that, with gentleness and firmness, led me to the dawn of yet another morning. And if I am here, it is because there is still something to be lived, something to be learned, something to be shared. May this awareness accompany me throughout the day, so that I do not waste what I have received. God of silent generosity, how many times have I lived my days without realizing the value of the simple act of waking up? How many times have I gotten up in a hurry, immersed in worries, obligations, and commitments, forgetting that I am only here because you allowed it? Today, I do things differently. Today, I want to honor this gift. I want to embrace this day as if it were unique, because I know that it was not guaranteed to me by human contracts, but by your choice. And that changes everything. It renews the way I see, feel, and act. Your presence is revealed in the little things, and when I wake up, I already feel this presence enveloping me, not with noise or demands, but with that gentleness that only comes from you. The sound of the birds, the fresh morning air, the light that shines through the window, everything announces that there is beauty in a new beginning. And this new beginning is your gift to me, a gift that carries hidden possibilities, unexpected encounters, silent answers, valuable lessons. May I not treat with care what you have placed in my hands with such care. The Lord who awakened me is wise and just. You know what I need even before I speak. You see beyond my words. You understand what I still can't say. And yet, you give me the gift of continuity. You allow me to walk a little further, live another chapter, write another line in the story that you are building with me. For this reason, I thank you, not with empty words, but with this silence full of recognition and reverence. Thank you for this day. Thank you for waking me up, not because I deserve it, but because you are good. Throughout this day, may I remember often that it began with your hands. May each decision I make be guided by this memory. May each word I say be marked by the gratitude of someone who has received something precious. May my actions reveal that I know where this gift came from. And may my thoughts align with the greatness of this awakening that you have granted me. I don't want to start the day with just tasks. I want to start it with awareness. I want to carry this feeling as a light that illuminates my path. Father, who silently watches over sincere hearts, I receive this morning from you with joy and responsibility. You trusted me by giving me another chance. I do not want to be negligent with this gesture. I do not want to live on autopilot. I want to value each moment and respond with actions that honor you, because I know that there are people who did not have this same privilege today. And this reminds me how much I need to be grateful, how much I need to be attentive, how much I need to transform this time into something meaningful. I know that the journey will not be without challenges, but by recognizing that it begins with your decision, I also know that I will not walk alone. You awakened me, and that gives me courage. You gave me a new day, and that gives me hope. You reminded me that there is still time, and that gives me direction. With this certainty, I move forward. I carry with me the value of an awakening that did not come by chance, but by you. And with this value in mind, I choose to live in a more truthful, more sensitive way, more connected to what really matters. Eternal source of wisdom, on this silent morning I come to you with reverence and surrender. I do not come in a hurry or with demands. I come with an open heart, ready to listen and learn. I want to begin this day recognizing that, no matter how many plans, intentions, and ideas I have, it is your paths that sustain the true direction. I know that walking without guidance can make me stumble on deceptive shortcuts and waste time on empty desires. Therefore, before taking any step, I place myself before you and ask, show me which path I should follow. I do not want to rely only on human logic, on the fragile certainties that the world offers. I need your voice, your guidance, your firm presence in every decision I make. I want to hear clearly what really matters, without the noise of my distractions taking me away from what you want to tell me. I know that your voice does not shout, it whispers. It speaks to the conscience, in the peace that fills, in the restlessness that alerts, in the word that reaches me at the exact time. And that is why I need to slow down, quiet what is inside me, and create space to listen. God, who knows all paths, today I come to ask for more than ready-made answers. I come to ask for sensitivity. I want to be sensitive to what you are telling me, even if it is through silence. Sometimes I wait for clear signs, but I ignore what is already before my eyes. Other times I want to hear confirmations, but I refuse to stop and reflect. Teach me to perceive your direction even in the little things, even in the daily choices that seem simple, but that define the course of my story. I know that what I want is not always aligned with what is best for me. And so, I come with humility, ready to accept that your will may be different from mine. But I trust that, if it is yours, it will be good. Even if I do not understand right away, even if the path seems longer, I know that it will be the safest. I prefer to walk with firm steps under your guidance rather than run along paths that take me away from your purpose. And it is this awareness that leads me to seek you at the beginning of this day. You are the only one who sees beyond the present. You know what is ahead of me, what I cannot yet see. That is why I do not want to trust only in what I see or feel. I want to trust in what you know. You understand my limitations, my doubts, my fears. And yet, you are willing to guide me, to teach me, to lead me with patience. This strengthens me. This comforts me. This motivates me to remain firm, even when the path seems uncertain. Lord of mercy, I want my life to reflect your direction. May my steps not be moved by fleeting impulses, but guided by a deep understanding of what you want from me. May I not fear the pauses or detours that you allow, because I know that each movement made under your guidance carries purpose. I want to walk with you, not ahead, not behind, but by your side, adjusting my pace to your timing, tuning my heart to the sound of your voice. May I have the humility to accept corrections and the wisdom to discern your signs. May I not be distracted by the noises around me, but may I remain attentive to what you are teaching me in each situation. May my mind be calm and my inner self available to understand what you have to reveal to me this day. I know that you speak, and I know that today something will come from you to instruct me. It could be a word, a silence, an encounter, an unexpected answer. And when that happens, I want to be awake, attentive, and grateful. May my surrender be real, not just declared. May I not say with my lips that I trust in you, but then act according to my own will. May my willingness to listen be transformed into action consistent with what you show me. Because listening to your guidance is not just listening, it is obeying with courage, even when the path is narrow or contrary to what I imagined. Give me this courage. Strengthen my inner self so that I may be someone who not only seeks advice, but who walks faithfully according to what I receive from you. On this new day, I renew this commitment before you, to listen attentively, to follow respectfully, to trust without reservations. If my steps get lost at any moment, remind me tenderly of what you have already told me. If I hesitate, encourage me with your constant presence. And if I become discouraged, rekindle within me the certainty that, if you are with me, I can continue. May every decision I make reflect the influence of your guidance, and may my journey be a living response to your direction. God of eternal promises, at this moment when the sun begins to warm the earth and the light shines through the windows of the day, I raise my thoughts to you with a single feeling pulsing strongly within me, gratitude for your faithfulness. It is this faithfulness that silently envelops me while I sleep, and that gently manifests itself when the day awakens. It is not a faithfulness that depends on what I do, nor on what I deserve, but rather on your essence that does not change, on your immutable character that sustains all things with patience, generosity, and love. Every morning, I receive confirmation that you do not forget your children. Each ray of light that breaks through the sky reminds me that you remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. And even in the face of my failures, the times when I fail to recognize your presence or am distracted by the voices of the world, you remain faithful. This is something that constrains me and elevates me at the same time. It constrains me because I know that I am not worthy of such constancy. It lifts me up because I know I can trust without fear, for you do not leave me alone. When I open my eyes to a new day, I cannot ignore how much I have been kept, sustained and reached by your faithfulness. It does not depend on the weather, the season, or the circumstances. It does not fail or delay. It is firm as the mountains and gentle as the morning breeze. It does not run out. It does not tire. It does not change as time passes. You are faithful because you are God, and your faithfulness is more certain than anything I can touch with my hands. It is the ground on which I can stand when everything seems uncertain. Father of unconditional love, I praise you because, even when I do not see it, you are acting. Even when I do not feel it, you are taking care. Even when I do not understand, you are directing all things with wisdom and justice. Your faithfulness manifests itself in ways that often escape me, but that shape my life with precision and care. It is present in the food on the table, in the air I breathe, in the encounters I didn't plan, in the words that arrive at just the right moment, in the strength I find when I thought I couldn't go on. I know that, throughout my days, I have gone through moments when I doubted. There were moments when my heart closed, my vision blurred, my words fell silent. But even so, you never stopped staying by my side. Your faithfulness did not turn away. It remained there, firm, constant, waiting for the moment when I would remember that you are always faithful, even when I am not. And that is why I praise you more deeply today, because now I realize that being here, facing another day, is a direct result of this love that does not vary. Your care does not fail. You see where no one else does. You understand what even I cannot explain. You know every thought that visits me, and yet you choose to renew your faithfulness to me every morning. This is too wonderful for me to fully understand, but it is enough for me to trust, for me to surrender, for me to praise. And that is what I do now, with all sincerity. I praise you because I know I can count on you, not only when everything is going well, but especially when everything seems to be out of order. Your faithfulness is what sustains me. May this recognition accompany me throughout the day. May I remember that you are faithful in every challenge that arises. May I have this certainty engraved within me in conversations, decisions, and moments of silence. You are the same every morning, and that is why I can wake up without fear of what will come. I can walk without carrying the weight of control. I can take a deep breath and surrender what is beyond my reach into your hands, because I know that they are faithful hands. They are hands that do not let go. They are hands that guide with firmness and gentleness. Lord of my hope, I do not want to simply acknowledge your faithfulness with words. I want to live in a way that is consistent with this truth. I want to be someone who transmits security to others because they walk firmly in the certainty of your presence. I want to have a grateful heart, a stable mind, and conduct that reflects the trust I place in you. Even when I am unable to understand the whys, I want to remember the wherefores. I want to remember that each step I take in faith is a step that responds to your constant love. And if today is a difficult day, may your faithfulness remind me that nothing is in vain. If I am faced with limits, may I remember that you already knew these moments before they even arrived. If something does not go as I planned, may I remember that your plans are always greater. And if sadness tries to approach, may it be overcome by the memory that you renew me every morning, as you renewed me today. It is this certainty that I want to carry with me. Your care does not fail. It surrounds me. It accompanies me. It sustains me. So, at the beginning of another day, I raise my praise to you, not a noisy or superficial praise, but an intimate, profound praise, born of the experience of living under your care. Lord of all light and understanding, this morning I stand in silence to ask for something that I know comes from you, and that no one else can offer: wisdom. As I open my eyes and welcome the new day that is upon me, I recognize that it will be filled with decisions to be made, from the simplest to those that will define broader paths. Given this, I do not want to act on impulse, in haste, or out of vanity. I deeply desire to walk with awareness, with balance, with the wisdom that only comes from you. That is why, before making any choice, I come to you with a heart willing to learn. How many times in the past have I made hasty decisions, driven by unstable emotions, incomplete judgments, or advice disconnected from your will? And the result, many times, has been confusion, exhaustion, regret. But today is different. Today I stand before you with humility to recognize that, without your wisdom, I may even be right for a moment, but I will not have true direction. I don't just want to get things right by luck. I want to live in alignment with what you want for me. I want to choose well, not only for myself, but for those who cross my path throughout the day. God, who knows the hidden and the revealed, only you know what is behind every situation I will face. Only you perceive what my eyes cannot see. Only you understand what is hidden in the intentions I will receive. Therefore, I sincerely ask you, give me wisdom, a wisdom that is not based solely on previous experiences, but that comes from above, that is pure, peaceful, prudent, and full of good fruits. A wisdom that does not make me arrogant, but rather more attentive, calmer, and more truthful in everything I do. Maybe today I need to decide on small things, like how to react to a rude word, or the right tone for a delicate conversation. Maybe I have to resolve bigger issues involving people, responsibilities, commitments, changes. Whatever the size of the decision, I want to treat it seriously, with reverence, with responsibility, because each choice shapes not only the day, but also the future. And if I am asking you for wisdom now, it is because I recognize that each choice can be a seed planted, and I want the seeds I sow today to bear fruit that honors your name. You know, Father who searches hearts, there are times when everything seems clear, but even so, I can be mistaken. Sometimes, what shines is not gold. Sometimes, what seems right is not fair. Sometimes, the easiest path hides dangerous obstacles. Therefore, even when everything seems calm, help me to discern deeply. I do not want to be guided by appearances, nor by my own desires. I want to see with the eyes trained by you, with the understanding that comes from your presence, with the lucidity that arises from the time spent with you in prayer. You who are the beginning of true wisdom, remove from me all inner confusion, all vanity disguised as logic, all anxiety disguised as haste. Teach me to listen before speaking, to observe before acting, to reflect before choosing. And if by chance I have to make difficult decisions, those that require sacrifice or firmness, may I do so with peace, without aggression, without fear, but with serenity. May I not run away from what is right just because it is more demanding. Give me the courage to remain where it is, even if the path seems longer or more lonely. Great Counselor, I know that you care about every detail of my life. That is why I know that you are also attentive to the small choices I will make today. You are present when I choose my words, when I decide my schedule, when I think about my commitments. And it is comforting to know that I can ask you for wisdom in each of these moments. There is no decision so small that it cannot be influenced by your direction, nor a choice so big that it is beyond the reach of your guidance. Also help me to deal with the advice I receive. Not everything I hear will be useful, nor will everything come with good intentions. Grant me discernment to filter, retain what is true and discard what is not useful. May I not become proud to the point of rejecting wise guidance, but may I also not become dependent on the opinions of others. Teach me to find a balance between listening to others and listening to you above all else. Because I know that when I hear your voice, even the most human advice takes on new value. Throughout this day, may my mind be clear, my heart be at peace, and my will be submissive to yours. May every decision be the fruit of calm, truth, humility, and awareness. And may I look back at my life at the end of the day and realize that I chose wisely, not because I am good, but because you gave me this gift. May your wisdom make me a better person, more prudent, more just, more patient, and more human in my actions. My silent protector, I come to you at this moment with a sincere heart, and my thoughts focused on what I most long to. Carry with me throughout this day the peace that comes from you. Not that fragile peace that depends on favorable circumstances, but true peace, the kind that lives within even when the external world seems in disarray. Walking in peace, even when everything around us screams uncertainty, is a gift that can only come from you. That is why, before the day progresses and the voices from outside begin to compete for space in my mind, I come before your presence to ask for this unshakable gift. You know, God who knows every detail of what awaits me, that the environment will not always be calm, Sometimes, situations seem like a storm that gives no respite. People behave unpredictably, unexpected events arise without warning, and feelings oscillate between fear and exhaustion. Even so, I wish to walk with serenity. I want to go through difficult times with a firm heart, without being carried away by the waves of anxiety or dominated by the hustle and bustle of what is around me. I want to maintain my peace as if I were holding tightly to a precious treasure. May the peace that comes from you be my shield today. May it be with me when doubts arise, when heavy words try to affect my spirit, when restless thoughts want to take my focus away from what really matters. May this peace fill the spaces in my mind where worries, fears, demands and comparisons usually take hold. May I choose to take a deep breath and remember that you remain in control of everything, instead of giving in to chaos. Even when I don't understand why, even when everything seems to be moving at the same time, you remain firm. Guide me today with your gentle presence, with your invisible touch, with your constant care. I want my journey to be easy, not because the path is easy, but because I am trusting in you. Teach me to slow down when necessary, to retreat when necessary, to continue with confidence even when the winds are against me. May I know how to distinguish between what deserves my attention and what is simply trying to steal my peace. May I know how to choose my thoughts wisely, so that my actions reflect calm and balance. You who know me better than I know myself, know how much I can be overcome by haste and the urgency of wanting to solve everything. But today, humbly, I choose to trust that not everything needs to be solved now, that some answers will come with time, that certain paths only reveal themselves as I continue walking. Therefore, I ask that my peace not be conditioned by having everything under control. May it come from true surrender, from that certainty that reminds me, at every step, that I am being guided with purpose even when I cannot see clearly. May I not lose my peace in the face of the harsh words that may arise. May I not allow the behavior of others to steal the balance I have achieved with you. May I know how to filter what I absorb. May I not allow myself to be contaminated by negative environments, by heavy news, by conversations that do not edify. May I be, today, a peaceful presence in the places I pass through. May my silent attitude be able to generate tranquility, simply because I am walking under the peace that you have planted within me. When dealing with situations that require patience, may I not get angry. When faced with difficult choices, may I not despair. If something does not go as I would like, may I not become frustrated in a destructive way. Give me that peace that is not the absence of struggle, but the presence of trust. That peace that transforms my interior into a safe refuge where I can retreat, breathe and move forward with dignity, even when the road seems full of noise and distractions. You are the foundation of my serenity. You are the shelter where I can hide when the noise around me tries to destabilize me. You are the silence that calms me when everything inside me seems to scream. That is why I come to you to receive what the world cannot give me. No external achievement, no human recognition, no perfect plan has the power to give me the peace that only you can place within my being. And when I receive this peace, I can face any scenario with a firmer gaze, with a more confident heart, with a stronger spirit. Help me to notice, throughout the day, the signs that show me that I am still on the right path. Help me not to rush, not to get lost in the rush, not to sabotage myself with negative thoughts. May I stop, breathe, pray in silence if necessary, and reconnect with the center of everything, your presence. May this be my anchor, my point of balance, my north in the midst of the uncertainties that surround me. Father, of infinite goodness, before the noises of the day take over my surroundings, I come to you with reverence and intention. Today, I make a conscious choice before you. I want to begin this day with gratitude. I do not want the first words that come out of my lips to be complaints. I do not want to start by looking at what is missing or what frustrates me. I want to begin with recognition, with a light heart, and with eyes focused on what I have already received, because I know that there is much to be celebrated even in the most ordinary routines. I do not ignore the challenges, the difficulties, the tight commitments, the demands of the day that is beginning. But I also do not want to allow these factors to define my inner state. Being thankful does not depend on everything being perfect, but on recognizing that, even in the midst of imperfections, you remain by my side, providing what is necessary, sustaining my life with hands that never fail. Therefore, I turn my thoughts now to everything that I already carry as a blessing, and I am surprised to realize that there are many gifts that surround me, even when the days seem ordinary. I am grateful for the gift of having opened my eyes once again. I am grateful that I can breathe, move, think, feel, and perceive the world around me. I am grateful because I know that this new day is a new chance to live with greater awareness and presence. I am grateful for the people who will cross my path, for the opportunities that will arise, for the small gestures that will remind me of your presence. And even if nothing extraordinary happens, I am grateful for the peace that I can cultivate within myself by knowing that I am not alone, that you walk with me in silence, observing every detail with tenderness. Father, who knows me completely, I know how tempted I am to complain. There are days when complaints want to come out naturally, without me realizing it. They arise when I see something out of place, when I remember what I have not yet achieved, when I deal with difficult people, when I feel the weight of obligations. But today I want to resist this impulse. I want to train my gaze to see the beauty that remains, even when problems try to cloud my vision. I want to cultivate a different attitude within myself, an attitude of someone who refuses to live in the automatic mode of dissatisfaction. You show me, in the simple things, how much there is to be celebrated. In the bread I have to eat, in the water that quenches my thirst, in the roof that shelters me, in the words I hear, in the time I still have. All of this is a reason to be thankful. And when I choose to be thankful, I notice that my mind calms down, that my thoughts adjust, that my heart finds a place of rest. Gratitude realigns me with your care. Gratitude is a bridge that reconnects me to what is essential. And that is why I want to start the day this way, with this active awareness, with this desire to look up before looking around. Even in the face of what has not yet happened, I choose to be thankful for what will come. Even in the face of prayers that have not yet been answered, I choose to be thankful for knowing that you are listening. Even when I do not understand, I choose to trust. Because I know that gratitude does not eliminate challenges, but it changes the way I face each one of them. It strengthens me, reminds me that I have been through difficult situations before, and that, in all of them, you have sustained me. Today will be another day of learning, of growth, of overcoming. And if I carry with me a grateful heart, I will have a lighter journey.